Alright, so before we even get into the video, this was genuinely one of my best watches in row racing I've ever seen. Shout out to Papermate, but the finish was horrible. It was ruined by a horrible call. We'll get into that next on the Papermate recap. Alright, so this was one of the first big crashes of the night. This was F-Bop It, being an idiot as usual, most likely. Flipping and crashing out of the Papermate 500. I seriously want to know what he was thinking during that crash. This is what that crash reminds me of. And it's not because he did that. It's because he's just an idiot. By the way, Priest is not an idiot. He is a professional slot car driver. But dude, F-Bop It, you're an idiot! Next we have Colt Bug causing the big one at Daytona. And this was one of the this is one of the stupidest wrecks I've ever seen at Daytona. I mean, genuinely. How do you come down into, I think it was like I think he like turned super and then he got into another car and then that caused a huge pileup on the front straightaway, but that was the biggest crash of the night. And that involved a leader. 2 leaders, actually. And man, was this just the beginning of a crazy finish. So it seems like nothing's gone wrong yet, right? Well, coming down to the back straightaway, you're about to see what I was talking about with the crazy finish. Here's Living, the gray car, coming down to the 34, taking out the 37, and then goes up into the 6 of Gus, causing him to wreck, causing a little bit of a stack up, keeping the 34 below the line so he can get a run from the 95, and then coming down to the line, there goes Fulfy, and then I'm pretty sure the 34 did shove the 3 below the line, but I'm not sure. And I didn't even know there was a flip. I didn't even know Landon flipped. And obviously this went under review. So here is the finishing results of the Papermate 500. As these are the Papermate 500 results after it was made official. Living gets the win after a controversial finish. Super, Pete, Lindsay, Bet, Slide, Gus, Colt Bug, Box, and then Rocket.
Baby girl, let me see you do your dance, let me see you twirl. Shake an ass in the club with your homegirls. Take a pic for the...
As one last thing before we end this video, Project Zero will be joining B-Cube's league. This has nothing to do with the Papermate recap, but if you want to bring the Zero onto that team, let me know in the comments. Good night.